आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi ka Safar with AIR News, Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News.
Shaheed Diwas and remembering the sacrifices of the great heroes of the freedom struggle, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev Thapar and ShivramHariRajguru, who were martyred on the 23rd of March 1931. The young freedom fighters who believed in the ideology of making some noise to wake up the slumbering British rulers were hanged by the colonial rulers .
Deeply affected by the death of LalaLajpatRai, who was mortally wounded while leading a non-violent protest against the Simon Commission when it visited Lahore on October 30th, 1928. They decided to strike back at the British. In 1928, they planned to kill British Police Superintendent James Scott, who was responsible for the death of LalaLajpatRai. However, another British police officer, J.P. Saunders, was killed due to mistaken identity.
After the incident, the group went underground for a few months. However, in April 1929, Bhagat Singh resurfaced along with another associate, BatukeshwarDutt, and they threw a bomb inside the Central Legislative Assembly in Delhi to make the deaf British government hear them. The duo allowed themselves to be arrested while shouting the famous slogan, InquilabZindabad.
Bhagat Singh's time in the prison was spent protesting, seeking better living conditions for inmates. During this time, he gained the sympathy of the public for the 114 days hunger strike. Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru were convicted. The legendary freedom fighters were in their early 20s only when they were hanged in the Lahore Jail after being sentenced to death by the British colonial rulers.
The three freedom fighters remain immortal in the heart of every Indian. All India Radio salutes the great martyrs.
Jago jawano desh pukare khoon mein aanyo ravani mulk mata jeh jaan dini sa yaad kayo qurbani hai mu kalani.
We also remember freedom fighter Hemu Kalani, who was born on the 23rd of March 1923 in Safar, now in Pakistan.
As a child and young man, Hemu campaigned with his friends for boycott of foreign goods and tried to persuade people to use Swadeshi goods. He was also drawn to revolutionary activities. Hemu was the leader of Swaraj Sena, a student organization affiliated with All India Students' Federation.
Hemu participated in the Quit India movement in 1942. he got the information that the British administration was sending special troops with European battalions to Sindh to suppress the movement. He decided to derail the train by which the troops and supplies were coming by removing the fish plates from the railway track.
However, Hemu and his associates were seen by the British troops before being able to complete the sabotage. Hemu was caught, imprisoned and tortured. Hemu refused to divulge any information and was put on trial and sentenced to death.
On the 21st of January 1943, Hemu Kalani appeared extremely overjoyed and walked to the gallows with a copy of the Bhagavad Gita in his hands. We salute the great freedom fighter.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.